Welcome back, everyone. The election is underway this morning with early voting and absentee ballots on their way to hundreds of thousands of New Mexico homes. When you see your ballot, there will be a general obligation bond question, several of them for you to vote on. General obligation bonds are secured by a state or local government's pledge to use legally available resources, including tax revenues, to repay bond holders. I spoke with Elias Archuleta, Public Works Division Deputy County Manager, to find out more about the general obligation bond question 4 that's addressing a variety of transportation and mobility projects. Joining us this morning, we have Elias Archuleta, the Public Works Division Deputy County Manager. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. We have an important election coming up, and including the presidential race. We also have a lot of GO bonds that are going to be on that ballot. We're talking about GO bond question number 4. Tell me about it.
So GO bond number 4 provides funding for transportation-related projects. So the type of work we do with this is we improve existing roads and expand on the network that we have. Our general purpose is to improve traffic flow while still meeting the diverse needs that we experience within the county. Within the county, we deal with roads in the north and south valleys as well as in the East Mountains. So we have a diverse characteristic for what those roads and the services they provide. So typically we'll be either rebuilding or rehabilitating our existing paved roads. We'll pave roads that are currently dirt, and then we'll install barriers, signing and striping, and we also try to focus on improving school bus routes.
How much money is this GO bond asking for?
This year we're asking for $4.3 million.
Okay. And as you mentioned, it's going to go to a lot of infrastructure throughout the county. Is that going to include new bike paths and trails and sidewalks?
Yes, it does. So with this, we will focus on our county road projects is the category that will focus on meeting the pedestrian needs, both in bike lanes, bike trails, improving sidewalks that are already there and making them ADA compliant, as well as filling in some of those areas that aren't covered with sidewalks right now, that provide links to services such as schools, community centers, shopping areas, and the sort.
So if voters vote no for this, what ends up happening to all of that infrastructure that needs improvements?
So a big portion of what we use our county bond funds is to match federal aid funding. And so typically for every dollar we spend that's spent on the roadways, the federal government will pay 85 cents of that, and the county will cover 15 cents. So if this ballot measure isn't passed, the 4.3 that we're asking will actually suspend about $33 million worth of improvements that we have. And one of the reasons our ask is a little lower than normal this year is because we have a handful of high dollar projects that have been in development for a number of years. That includes the Sunport Boulevard extension between Broadway and I-25, the reconstruction of Bridge Boulevard, which is a 3-phase project, and we are actually starting construction. We're in construction right now of phase 1, which runs from Coors to Atrisco, but that corridor will continue. And then we're doing improvements on Rio Bravo, which includes widening from Rio Bravo to 2nd Street and the reconstruction of the 2nd Street intersection. So those are all heavily funded with federal dollars. And this small ask of 4.3 million that we're doing will back up, like we said, a significant amount of work over the next couple of years.
As you mentioned, a lot of work that still needs to get done. For our viewers at home who are going to be voting, if they want to look at more details about the GO Bond 4, where can they get that information?
You can get information about all the projects and actually all the bond questions at www.burnco.gov/CIP.
Perfect. Elias, I want to thank you so much for joining us. Some great information you passed along.
Thank you, Crystal.